So the March numbers for Cypress just dropped, and the median sold price came in at $1.15 million. That's a 10% jump from where we were just in February. If you're a seller, you're probably pretty excited right now. If you're a buyer, you might be panicking. But here's the thing. In the city of Cypress, that big headline number is often misleading. I'm Chase with the Whitney team and First Team Real Estate here with your March 2026 report for the city of Cypress. Now, these big jumps in numbers don't automatically mean your home was worth 10% more than it was yesterday. It also doesn't mean you can't afford a 3-bedroom home here anymore. What it usually means is that the mix of homes that actually closed in the 30-day window was heavier on the luxury end. And today I'm going to show you exactly what sold this March and what that number actually means for your next move. So let's pull back the curtain on that $1.15 million median number. First, a quick reminder. The median is the middle point. If you line up every home that's sold from the cheapest to the most expensive, the one in the very middle is our median price. It's not the average. That's why the mix of what sells matters so much more than any individual price tag. In March of 2026, we saw a real concentration of closings in South Cypress. Think Tempos and College Park area. But properties that really drove the median price were in two different neighborhoods, Sorrento and the Greenbrooks. When you have one or two homes in Sorrento close for over $2 million, it pulls the entire middle point up with it. When looking at the MLS data, that's precisely what happened. There was a single-family home in Sorrento, another one over in the Greenbrooks closed, and then you had 4 solid sales in South Cypress and 1 in the Brentwoods. You put all those together in a line, and suddenly that middle home jumps from somewhere in the $9 to $1 million range up to the $1.1 million bracket. And this is what we call a classic inventory shift. It's not a 10% inflation of value for every single home in the city. So if you're a seller in the Brentwoods or the Imperial Estates, don't look at that $1.15 million and automatically think that's your new target list price. You need to look at what else closed in your specific tract and what the price per square foot was on those specific sales closest to your property size. Now for buyers, here's a reality check. The market for a 3-bedroom home in the Fairway Parks didn't jump $100,000 overnight because of this number. The headline is scary, but the reality of your specific street is probably a lot different. Now, if the median price can be skewed by a couple of high-end sales, what's the number you should be paying attention to? It's the velocity. The median days on market dropped to 10 days, just 10 days. Homes aren't just selling. In Cypress, they're selling incredibly fast. And the sold to list price ratio came in at 101.6%. That means on average, homes are closing for a bit more than their original asking price. This is the real pressure cooker in the market right now. We're sitting at about 1.6 months of inventory, which is still deep seller's market territory by anyone's definition. So even if the median price is getting a lift from luxury sales, this competitive environment is universal. If you're a seller with a well-priced home in the Meadows or over the Lake Parks, you can absolutely expect multiple offers right now if positioned properly. You can expect a quick close, and the real challenge for buyers this month isn't some phantom 10% price hike. It's that 10-day timeline. You need to be fully pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. I say this over and over. You need to be decisive the moment you see the right house and not wait for the next one just to see what else is out there. And you also need an agent who knows how to move fast and write a winning offer. The market velocity is the true story for March, not just the sticker shock. The competition is fierce because the clock is ticking faster than ever, and that's what's defining opportunities for everyone, whether you're looking at a condo or a 5-bedroom home in Sorrento or the Greenbrooks. So connecting the dots to all the specific neighborhoods we always talk about. For the condo and townhome markets in places like Tanglewood and Cypress Village, activity is steady, and those are the entry points. And they're moving with first-time buyers who are getting into the market. In the starter single-family home tracts like Brentwoods and Imperial Estates, inventory is still the main issue holding things back. A well-maintained home hits the market, and it's gone in a week, often with competing offers. The mid-tier neighborhoods like Fairway Parks, Lake Parks, and the Meadows are where a lot of the action is because that's where families are trading up or downsizing from. The upper mid-tier, like the Pacesetters and Greenbrooks, saw that key closing, which shows that there are buyers at that level that are waiting for the right property to appear. And in the luxury segment, Sorrento tells us that the pool is active, but it's always a smaller, specific group of buyers waiting for something special here in Cypress. So here's the takeaway. Sellers, especially in the mid-tier and up, your window is open right now. The speed of the market is in your favor. Now, buyers, don't let the headline number scare you off. Your real competition isn't 10% price hike. It's that 10-day closing timeline. Get your financing tight and be ready to make your move. And if you're in one of those neighborhoods and you're wondering what your home is worth or what you can actually afford, shoot me a DM. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Chase with the Whitney team and First Team Real Estate, and I'll see you around town or on the next video.